and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to welcome you all to the 6th International Procurement and Supply Chain Conference 2021, presented by Blue Ocean Conferences. Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely honoured to be joined by our chief guest today, His Excellency Sheikh Nahayan bin Mabarak Al Nahayan, UAE Cabinet Member and Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence. Your Excellency, I humbly request you to join me on stage for our opening ceremony. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the short introduction, very appropriate and good. This is the biggest gathering I've seen since the beginning of the pandemic. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a very happy Diwali. I am delighted to welcome the 800 delegates from nearly, I just said the 800 or so organizations who are participating in this 6th International Procurement and Supply Chain Conference. Welcome to Dubai and to the United Arab Emirates. Even though some of you may be virtual participants, we look forward to welcoming you in person soon, especially as we are hosting the biggest exhibition in the world, the Expo 2020, with 192 countries. So you all be most welcome to see the Expo, which goes very well with your theme as well, connecting minds and building the future. I wholeheartedly agree with the premise of the IPSC conferences that the common interest and the growing links between procurement and supply chain professionals around the world have great potential. To realize their potential, you must work together with determination and vigor to improve your business environment, to adopt improved rules, standards, and processes, to guard against fraud and dishonesty, and to encourage cooperation with your peers at all levels. I congratulate you on the selection of the theme of this conference, One World, One Supply Chain, Evolution of Connected Global Supply Chain Community. As I said, it goes very well with also the theme of the Expo. It's both important and timely. In the midst of COVID-19 pandemic, issues surrounding procurement and supply chains management have been constantly in the news. Supplies shortages are being reported around the world that can be best understood by this group. For the last 20 years, information and communication technology have been used to optimize the supply chain. The resulting tighter production and delivery schedule, the reduction of inventories, and the higher asset utilization rates have recently revealed their disadvantages. The increased efficiency has been achieved at least partially at the cost of lower resilience to distributions and disruptions, while COVID-19 has clearly demonstrated the vulnerability of the current global system. The new reality is that the world's supply chains have become so internationally interconnected that many different sorts of events could cause similar failures in the future. The challenge now, and your agenda highlights this very clearly, is to further develop our supply chains to handle this new reality. They must become responsible and sustainable. An increased measure of risk management and resilience need to be factored into their design and costing to prevent the kinds of disruptions still being experienced. More end-to-end transparency is needed to give every link in the chain the earliest possible notice of impending shortages, rather than thinking of supply strictly as a chain. The network model of alternate sources and routes for delivery is finding greater applicability. An industry that for decades has been based on incremental improvement in efficiency and enhancement is facing monumental change. Depending on your appetite for change and uncertainty, this is either a terrifying or an exciting time. It may be both. What has become clear during this pandemic is that supply chain management, something that has been largely invisible except to practitioners, is now a major strategic issue for most organizations. No one better positioned to address these challenges than you, the professionals in the field. Supply chain issues and concern reflect the reality of the global business environment. Our businesses are increasingly characterized by complex partnerships with other business organizations and government agencies, and they depend on their partners to follow the same principles and to fulfill their roles and obligations with efficiency, integrity, and transparency. Business, organizational, or governmental are not following the same principles. Rules and standards, our business will suffer. When we recognize this reality of global business, we begin to appreciate the importance of a connected global supply chain community. A connected global community provides power for business. It also requires preparation to ensure that businesses operate with clear and common principles, rules, and standards. The business of government must also operate with clear rules, with transparency, and with efficiency, and more important, with integrity. Ensuring global understanding and endorsement of improved procurement and supply chain principles, rules, and standards has become a necessary priority for all of us in this globalized economy. While practitioners have always understood this, you now have the support and recognition of those outside of the field. The United Arab Emirates is a country that understands what it means to participate in the global economy. As host to a great many international corporations, we understand the need to create an environment endowed with trust, supply stability, and financial integrity. We rely on sound business practices and standards to ensure the proper function of our national economic system. In addition, the United Arab Emirates, as an investor in many regions around the world, also relies on your methods and standards to provide reliable operations that guide our global investment decision making. This also means that all of you in the field will have to work very hard to keep up with constant change, to adopt methods and standards that reflect new realities, and to communicate with your professional communities. For you as professionals, it means the challenge of staying current is also increasing, and the importance of continuing education throughout your careers has become clear. Without these efforts, your efforts, the global economy cannot continue to reliably grow and develop. You have, at these IPSC conferences, an opportunity to help shape the direction of future changes to your profession. I hope you find the experience both informative and invigorating. I thank you all and wish you an enjoyable and productive conference. God bless you all, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, so much. If I could ask Dr. Satya Menon, CEO of Blue Ocean Academy, and Mr. Mohammed Al Ali, Managing Director and Head of Cash Management at First Abu Dhabi Bank, and the Vice Chairman of Blue Ocean Academy, for a small token of appreciation for His Excellency being here. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day and productive, successful conference. And you must visit the Expo the other time. You'll enjoy it.